Breaking news here for the Cardano ecosystem. We've got Cardano ADA being added to a brand new ETP coming out of Finland. As a part of today's video, I want to talk about the issuer, how much assets they have under management, and exactly what this means for Cardano. What's up, ADA Nation? Welcome into Dapp Central, your home for everything blockchain and crypto. As I've just laid down the foundation there, we've got Virtune launching a couple of ETPs, one for Avalanche and one brand new one for Cardano ADA. And as a part of today's video, I want to dive into the details and actually back this all up with actual wallet addresses and staking keys that they provided for the community. Now, one thing to keep in mind here is that this particular ETP is fully backed by ADA, including staking rewards. And it's an ETP which is only composed of ADA. And so again, we're going to break down some of their existing ETPs and then dive into their most recent one that was just announced for Cardano. Now, before we go any further, if it's your first time stopping by the channel, my goal is to help you find your footing here within the Cardano and Bitcoin ecosystems. If you appreciate content like this, please smash that thumbs up on the way in. If you want more, consider subscribing. And if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave those down below. Now, I'm also a stake pool operator here within the ecosystem. And if you'd like to extend your support for the channel, consider delegating with either of the two Dapp Central stake pools, both sharing the ticker DAPP. Without any further ado, let's jump right on in here. We've got from the official Virtune Twitter handle stating today on Wednesday, February 5th, Heinrich Hussman and his team at the NASDAQ Helsinki location welcomed us to celebrate Virtune becoming one of the first issuers of a locally listed crypto ETP on the NASDAQ Helsinki, which is based out of Finland, along with the listing of two new crypto ETPs today. So they break down which ones have been added. And so just sort of backing up here a little bit, they've already had a ETP for Bitcoin. They've had one for Solana, Ethereum, XRP, and their crypto altcoin index, which is just a mashup of a lot of other different assets. Now, the brand new one for today is the ticker for Avalanche, or the ETP for Avalanche, as well as the ETP for Cardano, which provides exposure to Cardano combined with the benefits of staking rewards. Diving a little bit deeper into their actual released article, it breaks down some of the key pieces here, which highlights the fact that this particular ETP, again, for Cardano specifically, gives investors one-to-one access to Cardano in addition to 2% annual returns through staking rewards. And I'll take a look at the stake pool that they've already delegated to and just really commend them for actually sharing their address that's associated with the wallet holding all of their funds. Now, again, it mentions the fact that staking fees are added continuously or compounded automatically, and the fact that this is backed by fully physically insured ADA. Now, there is a 1.5 management fee, which is charged annually, and then they leave the ticker, which is down there at the very bottom, and some of the additional trading currencies you can actually buy into the ETP with. So the first trading day, as we can see there, is listed as February 5th or Wednesday, February 5th of 2025. And just jumping into a little bit more about what Virtune is, they're a asset provider, an asset manager, focusing or at least trying to dive deeper into the crypto and the blockchain space. Now, they have really, really strong ties and connections here with Coinbase, which is listed here. And digging a little bit deeper here into the Cointelegraph article, it states that the assets will be securely stored in cold storage through its custodian, crypto exchange Coinbase, and it'll be available to institutional and retail investors. And so even though they're based out of Finland, right, targeting a lot of the European market, it does look like they still at least have some very strong ties back into the USA, and the fact that this will be available not just to institutional grade investors, but also the retail community. So diving a little bit deeper into the actual ETP itself, again, we've got the list here of all of their other different assets. And as we can see there, we've got Cardano at the very bottom here. And one thing to actually note here as well is with their altcoin index, I do see a picture of Cardano here too. So I'll have to see if they've actually got Cardano listed in two of their ETPs. So currently we stand with a 1 week return, which is down 16%. Obviously, this week has been extremely volatile. But diving into the actual ETP and some of the details here, it breaks down some of the benefits, how to quickly jump in, some of the tax breaks, and then the fact that this is, again, backed by institutional grade security. Now, they've also broken down the 2% annual return there on the staking rewards, which if you take a look at the ecosystem, staking right now is right at around 2.45%. So maybe they sort of future-proof this, but they're not going to be giving you the full staking rewards. But again, it's just literally a 0.5%. As an example here, they've broken down that if you were to invest 100 ADA or to purchase 100 ADA of their ETP, that you'd earn the 2% annual staking rewards, but then subtracting the 1.5% from their annual fee leaves you with just a little bit of a profit there. Again, just sort of touching on the 2% ADA there. Now, it touches on the fact that this is, again, 100% physically backed, and the amount of ADA that they've actually invested right now currently stands at 6.2 million ADA, roughly around $4.4 million. Obviously, that will fluctuate as the price of Cardano moves up and down. But I mean, this is a relatively hefty amount of ADA to be holding. One thing that I love here is the fact that they've actually left 2 wallet addresses, which I'll dive into in just a moment here. And then, of course, at the very bottom, we've got the historical performance of their ETP. Last but not least, if you have any frequently asked questions, they've got a portion down here, or if you just want to better understand how to invest, they've also left some information for that there as well. So I took it upon myself to dive a little bit deeper into the address that they've provided. And we can see that, again, it is worth right now $4 million. And this wallet was actually spun up and started engaging with the Cardano ecosystem in early December. So that's of 2024, of course. So it's been roughly around 3 months that this wallet's been active, and they've been staking. And so we can see that right now they've withdrawn a total of 31,000 ADA from staking, and they currently have 14,000 ADA available for rewards that are still yet to be claimed. Diving a little bit deeper into the stake pool that they've delegated to, here we've got the actual whale wallet, again, with 6.3 million ADA, and we can see that they've been delegated to this E293C stake pool. Diving into that particular stake pool, it's been around here for the ecosystem for quite a bit of time, with over 4,400 blocks minted. And we can see that, I mean, from a margin perspective, it's currently sitting at 5% with a fixed cost of 340 ADA. So let me know what you guys think down below. It's always bullish to see and to just find out more positive news here about Cardano being included into some of these bigger ETPs. And my biggest thing here is that, people continuously ask for more Cardano ETPs. I think we're now up to like at least 6 or 7 different ones. And so we've got Virtune, which I've just broken down now. We've got Toodle Capital, which has put in an application for a leveraged Cardano-based ETP. We've got Cardano being included in the Coin 50 index coming out from Coinbase. We've got Cardano included in 2 of the biggest ETPs from Grayscale. We've got Cardano also included in the 21 shares ETP. And then Cardano's also listed on its own ETP for the 6 Swiss exchange out of the European region there as well. So as we get ready to close things down here, I do want to quickly highlight the fact that when it comes to the altcoin ETP that they have, I've actually just sort of dove in here. We've got Cardano with 14% of the allocation there, Solana with 15%, Litecoin, that's pretty interesting, with 15%, and then XRP again with 15%. So when it comes to their altcoin index, I mean, these weightings here seem to be pretty even, where with other platforms or with other altcoin indexes or indices, we tend to see Cardano with an allocation of anywhere between 2 to 10%. And so here again, we've got Cardano relatively at the same weight as some of these other altcoins that they've included here in their portfolio. That will bring me to the end here for today's video. If you appreciated content just like this, please make sure to smash that thumbs up. I do my best to try to get this out ASAP. And again, if you find value, that is by far one of the easiest ways to support me here as a content creator. If you want more content, consider subscribing to the channel. And last but not least, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to leave those down below. That said, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next video.